I know. I know. I know. I know, right? I know. Yeah, I know. You guys saw the worst acting in the world and the whole history of courtroom dramas and acting, I guess. Oh my god. I told you guys. I told you guys, right? You get that weird feeling, that what's it called? Icky feeling inside you going, wait a second, somebody here is lying. It doesn't click. It doesn't sound right. Oh, I've been just. I tell you, yesterday, I was a roller coaster of emotions. I was. It was Trigger City, okay? Triggered left and right. And I know that just about 99.99999% of the population was having the same emotions as I was having myself. Skin triggered. Uh, First of all, because I've been there. But another thing is that the lovely thing is that everybody is using their intuition. I'm loving it. Excuse me, sorry. I know it's gonna become a thing now. Um, I watched it and I was just completely. I could only watch a few minutes because that kind of stuff it's disgusting to me. I know it sounds dramatic, but honestly, it's almost like time or life is made of time, and time is life, and time is money, or whatever you guys want to equate it to. But time is very important to me. And I can't sit there and waste my time knowing that somebody is lying. And it's just like, okay, I get the. That's quite the lovely synopsis, but that's enough. I couldn't take it. It was so, so horrible. And that he hit me. And I'm thinking, well, you're not supposed to hit in men, women, and men, and which one was that? You're not supposed to hit anybody. And I was talking to the jury. Goodness gracious, have they been coached? But it's like a bad acting coach giving bad advice to bad actors. So like all of them are doing it. And if you didn't know what group they belong to, in this particular courtroom drama, you would just be able to tell just by the way they behave, they speak, and the things that they say. Goodness gracious, are these people elementary? And they're lawyers. Like I don't know if I said that in my last video, but if you put any of these individuals next to me, and you ask people, hey, who is a decent person here in this specific setup, and of all these people, including Pancho right there, who do you think it is the decent person there? I wouldn't be pointed to. People would just not point at me because of the prejudices that we hold within ourselves, within our minds, basically. And we judge people before we even give them a chance. Who was that? There was a writer that said, when you judge me, you deny me. So what I'm saying is that all of these people are criminal, especially because of the implications here. We're talking, they're trying to bury a man, him and his reputation. Forget about Jack Sparrow. Jack Sparrow's gone. Jack Sparrow's dead. Nobody could take him down but Miss You-Know-Whom, that will remain nameless in this place. Again, I have a dog in this fight. I'm going through an identical situation. Okay? It's hilarious to me sometimes because many people, ever since Pirates of the Caribbean came out, because when Pirates came out and we saw, so I'm doing his thing. um, we fell in love with what he was doing, and shit, every guy wanted to be Jack Sparrow, you know. But at the same time, because some of us have those features, sometimes we're confused. You know, with him, especially when you're hanging out in Disneyland and they figure, oh my God, he made it in. But it's hilarious because it's identical what's happening to me and him, and you know, the fact that we're both rockers, but actors, and we both ran into this person who we thought was wonderful. And they made us feel wonderful and made us feel like home because it was so familiar. I mean, wasn't that a red flag? That what I was running from, I ended up with. We're talking patterns here. So what I'm been watching is a lot of people who have been victims of these situations, and all of these shows. I mean, this is YouTube. I mean, I'm sure you've seen a lot of these shows, and they're wonderful because they're all into it, and they're all, again, they're all saying, "Oh, it bothers me. They bother me," and they seem forced, and you know, again, they're all of the qualifications or the terms that you use when you're using your intuition, but you don't know you're using your intuition, but you just, you know, you have to call it something because of that weird feeling you're getting. You know, again, your intuition is screaming and said, danger, Mr. Robinson, danger. You know, get away from this person, you know. Again, that is, of course, if you want your life to go well. So, when you don't respond to the red flags, like Johnny and this guy here, you figure, I can make it work. And then you let one thing slip, and then pretty soon, also because the culture is built that way, you know, happy wife, happy life, you end up agreeing to certain ridiculous situations where then we figure, well, this is about compromising. And because, I don't know if I mentioned that in my last video, I mean, this is the generation of dads these days, of men overall. I think a lot of us want a family because we come from broken families, and we want to improve the situation for our kin, for our children, because of what we had. And you hear Johnny talk about it, and I was like, look at this guy. Me too. I'm like, you know, I'm just, and that's just not me and him. I've known a lot of guys, I mean, that right now will tear up just thinking about their kids because we love them so much. You know, so this generation of dads want to stay home, want to be there for their kids. We want to repair whatever damage, you know, we went through. We want to make their future even better. Obviously, I used to always tell my kids, be better than me. You know, don't be like me, be better than me, you know. So I'd always told them to aim higher than me because you can, you know, as a kid, you know, you can get stupefied by, you know, your jerk of a father. and then you figure out, that's what I'm going to be. And it's like sometimes, you know, you have to aim a little higher. But again, it's one of those things of break the mold. Don't go further. Because one time I heard this saying, this I don't know what it was, but mantra or something like that, where it said, when you meet the Buddha, kill the Buddha. So even our concept of God, the highest, the most divine, is limited to our own imagination. So whenever you have people holding signs saying, you know, God hates fags or whatever, it's idiotic, because how can you tell? I can't even tell what this person's head is really, but I'm getting a glimpse. But nobody can think what you can think, what you're thinking. Nobody can see what you're seeing. Nobody can feel what you're feeling. So how in the hell could anybody know what God is feeling and thinking? Right? It's beyond fact. I mean, it's beyond imagination. It's beyond what we can imagine. This is why that saying says, when you meet the Buddha, kill the Buddha, or when you find the Buddha, kill the Buddha. Basically, if you think you found what it is, your God, it's your own conception, it's your own interpretation of what God is. So eliminate that, because God is bigger than that, and you're just trying to kind of put God into a little jar like the genie. It's like, get in there because you fit there. My interpretation of you fits that. And I want to say that God is bigger than that. So when it comes to God having a gender, I mean, we always refer to Him as Him, right? To God as Him, but these are just poetic interpretations of what we feel God is. For instance, I say Father Sky, but when you think about the sky is eternal, right? It keeps going and going and going. And I say Father Sky because he meets with Mother Earth or Mother Nature, and they create all of us. So that's a little of what again I believe in. I feel that we're all here to render some kind of service. Mine is this one too, besides other ones, but mine will never be that of harming anything or anybody, or saying something that may be hurtful to people. What I am speaking about here is just really just making a commentary on the situation that has a lot to do with mine. So in essence, I'm it's like, I'm it's kind of like I'm trying to point out that I'm going through the same thing, and when you hear a victim speak, they don't sound like whom. Yesterday when you heard these people speak, for instance, Dr. Hughes, $500 an hour doctor that goes, is doing a lot of these cases that are ruining men's lives, because she's going with such single-minded approach. I mean, this is the kind of person that would probably tell a black person to leave the pool or something, call the cops or something. Do you see the anger and the what's the uppity syndrome that some people have? Oh, that entitlement that she felt she had. I mean, the judge couldn't even say anything to her, because it's like she's acting like she's in high school, and she's looking at the rest of the students for approval. For like, you hear this crazy bitch tell me that I can't read my nose? I mean, it's sick and deluded. It's like to think that you're that important. I mean, honestly, that is an ego trip that she was going through. If you want to know what an ego trip looks like, that's what an ego trip looks like. How dare you tell me I can read my nose? That's basically what she was saying inside. And it's almost like, I apologize to all of you because, oh no, the jury's right here. I apologize to all of you. I don't know this bitch. It was kind of like that thing, It's like, are you kidding me? Who the hell do you think you are? But we have a lot of people that have that self-importance, and they believe that whatever doesn't fit their perfect world, they're going to squash it, and they're going to help to squash it if they find anything that, again, the perception that they're trying to build about Johnny Depp, this whole thing about the dirty carpet. Oh, I didn't know the dirty carpet was dirty, and you could not concentrate on anything else but the dirty carpet. I'm sorry that I make the voice, but it's like, oh my god, such bad acting. Shut up. It's so bad. By the way, you've seen some great scenes. Again, like I said before, an actor bees. What's her name? She was in the Help. Viola. I forget her last name, but she's an amazing actress. She's a perfect example of an actor who's an actor, an actor's actor. Basically, an actor has to get rid of his or her ego and become the character. Be in somebody else's shoes, in this character's shoes. So therefore, you can show your good angle and all of that. You're going to, if you have an emotional scene, you have to get into that emotional state. So you can have the tears, so you can connect with the audience, because the audience, that's what they're feeling. See, we're all sending electrical messages, thoughts, feelings, vibes to each other. And this is how we affect each other. And we as actors, we can manipulate your feelings. No, not really. It's like what's his name? Tarantino speaks about. Okay, now you're gonna be excited, and now you're gonna be scared. You know, things like that. He's as a storyteller. Think about it. He's thinking along those lines. As an artist, he's telling you a story. It's wonderful. I love the way he tells stories. This guy. But the point is that this is art. This is something that is water. It's air. You can encapsulate it a little bit, but and you'll see it's beautiful for a moment, but then it's gone, and you just have to appreciate it while it's there. You know, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But anyway, the whole point is that we're all exchanging these vibrations, and we can feel them. So when you're looking at her and you're like, boy, there's no tears. Right away, right. I was like, that's not what I would have been doing. And in fact, because you're not connecting, right? There's not a connection. There's almost like this distortive signal that you're getting. What the mouth is saying is not connecting with the vibe, and it's not connecting with the thought, and it's not connecting with the feeling, and it's not connecting with the emotion. And how can you be sad when in your right here in your forehead looks like you're so pissed? Or how can you look like you want to be relatable when you look so smuggish? Again, and everybody's catching it. I'm loving it because this is what I've been. It's almost like I've been yelling in the desert, because in the circle that I was in, basically, and the family that I had before, this is what I used to always scream to everybody. Like, can you see that this person is doing it? And it was like it just fell in deaf ears, and I felt crazy. And that's the way it's supposed to be made to make you feel. Like, I wasn't punching you, I was hitting you. What? I think I started my first video with that, just to give you the in a glimpse. You can see the ridiculousness of these people's thinking. They actually believe that they deserve everything, all of the attention, all of the whatever you have is theirs, because you don't deserve it. It's for them, because they're supposed to shine. So they'll do anything to keep you from shining. In fact, what they do is actually they say, "Give me some of that shine, and I'll put it all on me." You've noticed that she's dressing like Johnny, and dressing like Dr. Curry. By the way, Dr. Curry, you're beautiful, and I know you're married. That's okay. I'm just beautiful flower to admire. That's all. Gorgeous. It's like the perfect, comic book doctor, right? I mean, you can see. And maybe she goes behind closed doors and then she dresses up and goes and be a superhero or something. Gorgeous lady and smart, which is just breaks that meter for me. Anyway, the contrast between those two doctors, it was like butter, right? You can slice it like butter. It's obviously easy to separate and see that who was like, man, it's just scary, and the other one was just informative and gorgeous in the delivery. Excuse me. Yeah, it's I was happy though at the end of the night, because they the judge, because they want to throw the case out. It should just be thrown out or something. They're meaning to just stop the before it gets any worse, for Amber. Oh, I said her name. So, sorry. Sorry. Such a bitch. Anyhow, yeah. So I love the judge because of what she did. She said, basically, just said, man, you wrote this thing. You said that you didn't, and that it wasn't about him. But after seeing all the evidence, come on. So the motion is denied, and we're moving forward. So and I think that's when what's her name had to testify, which I couldn't watch. 2.5 minutes, and that was it. I was like, okay, that's enough. And then I noticed that it just went on 4 hours, and I was like, I'm not watching that just to feel like this. I mean, I was eating, It's it was gross. It was disgusting, and I can only take so much. I don't want to waste my time. Time is life. Time is life, and what is that from Ted Lasso? Life, soccer is life. Football is life. Love that show. Anyway, folks, that's all for today. I think I'll make some more, because I love bitching about this, and forget about this whole thing being spiritual. I mean, I've been triggered so much, but that's part of it. That's part of it. This is we're all imperfectly perfect, and in our imperfection, we reach for perfection. I mean, why else? I mean, it's something to aim to. You don't just say, "Oh, well, I'm a piece of shit," and that's it. No, let's improve, right? Let's evolve, people. Let's evolve. So that's the idea behind all of these ridiculous videos. It's just really to if anything, just to, if you're out there thinking I'm crazy, there's somebody here who feels like you. So you're not crazy, because I ain't crazy. Not really. Not according to these wacko standards. Because just think about it, I mean, if you're trying to fit to their standards, that's crazy too. I see things as, there's, I hate to look at things as black and white, sometimes, but, sometimes the line is kind of divide people like that. You got if you've seen the Yellow Submarine, you got the blue meanies, they're always horrible. And then the Pepperland people, full of colors and beautiful and just dancing and wonderful. Libertines. Those are my people. Talk to you later. Have a wonderful day.